And here to discuss more on the indictments is CBS News Justice reporter Paula Reid. She's in our Washington bureau. Paula, good morning.
Good morning.
Paula, what can you tell us about some of the principles named in this indictment?
Well, let's start with Yevgeny Prigozhin. He is a Russian businessman with close ties to Vladimir Putin. Now, according to court documents, he helped to fund the Internet Research Agency that launched these operations against the U.S. Now, the other defendants are accused of working for that agency to effectively operate as a troll farm. So these were people who spoke English well enough to be credible as they pumped out these messages on social media. We also know from the court documents that some of these defendants traveled here to the United States to collect intelligence and then to launch actual events, rallies, and even some self-defense training.
And Prigozhin, otherwise known as Putin's chef, does have close ties to Putin, obviously. But the Kremlin and the Russian government has not been implicated. There's no wrongdoing alleged by the Trump campaign. So where does that lead the investigation going forward, Paula?
Well, this lays out a way to possibly charge folks here in the United States. The documents specifically say that the Russians worked with Americans here on the ground. So the question for Robert Mueller is whether or not any of those Americans actually knew who they were working with and what those Russians were up to. Because if you knowingly worked with the Russians to sway votes or to put on any of these events, you could be charged with conspiracy.
Paula, tell us who Richard Pinedo was. He pled guilty to selling bank accounts to Russians.
That's right. He is a self-described digital marketing strategist. And according to court documents, he helps provide services to people to get around those security features or those identification requirements for eBay or Amazon. Now, according to court documents, he purchased stolen banking information before selling it to clients. And while his lawyers say he had no knowledge in this specific instance of who he was working with or what they were up to, clearly selling other people's personal information is a crime.
And we're learning about more charges this morning against Paul Manafort. What are they?
Well, it's new possible charges. The new evidence was revealed in a court filing late last night. They revealed that they have new evidence that Paul Manafort may have committed bank fraud in addition to all the charges he's already facing. Now, according to the court documents, he allegedly used doctored profit and loss statements. So he was essentially overstating how much money he was actually being paid as a consultant. This has been a consistent theme throughout the Manafort prosecution. The reason he doesn't actually have an official bail agreement is because the court can't figure out how much he is worth. Because when you look at all the documents he signed in the months leading up to his arrest, estimates of his net worth just varied so greatly. It's unclear whether or not special counsel will use this new evidence to pursue other charges. But they have a lot of time because this trial is not expected to start until the fall.
It is stunning to think there are now 4 Trump associates who've either been charged or pled guilty as part of this investigation. Paula Reid, our thanks to you.